Remind some of the local people, it's sort of what we think that perhaps the O'Hara family might have thought when they first arrived here in Canada, okay? This is a real traditional Irish song. It's one that the Irish Rovers have also made a cover of, what the Dubliners did. This song dates back a long, long time. It's a song called Come By the Hills, a very pretty song. Listen to the words, I think it'll remind you a lot of the country we live in.
Where the peaks meet the sky and the lows meet the sea, where the rivers run clear and the bracken is gold in the sun, and the gales of tomorrow can't wait till this day is done. Oh, come by the hills to the land where life is a song, and stand where the birds fill the air with their joy all day long, where the trees sway in time and even and the gales of tomorrow can't wait till this day is through. Oh, come by the hills to the land where legends remain, and stories all fill the heart, and may it come again, where the past has been lost and the future is still to be won, and the gales of tomorrow can't wait till this day is done. To the land where fancy is free, and stand where the peaks meet the sky and the lows meet the sea, where the river runs clear and the bracken is gold in the sun, and the gate
Irish kitchen parties is a chance for people to come up and tell stories from the past. This is where folklore comes from. You know, the leprechaun, the unicorn, the drunk Irishman. It's all, it's not for real, okay? I'm going to call upon a good friend of mine, Fred Bendel. He's going to come up here and tell us a few words about the O'Hara family, and maybe let's know a little bit what's going on up at O'Hara Mill. Come on up, give him a big hand here.
Thank you very much. This is fun. I'm glad we came. So, as Cliff mentioned, I'm Fred Bendel. My wife and I have come to Madoc in the last 4 years now. I've been involved with O'Hara Mill.
You're taller than I am.
I just did the same thing. Why am I talking down? Sure. So we joined the O'Hara Volunteer Association 3 years ago. So we worked very hard, and I'm learning all about the O'Hara family and about their homestead. And we belong to a very, very unique group of volunteers at O'Hara Mill. And some folks here, Cliff and your wife, were involved and still are years ago. And we're quite excited to be part of it. So I got to admit though, it just clicked in, O'Hara Irish. So wheels going around for some things at O'Hara Mill. In any case, bit of the history. In 1789, a young man named Patrick O'Hara, who lived in Londonderry, Ireland, caught a ship and came to the Americas, to New York State. And in 1794, he met Cynthia Prindle, who became his wife. And not long after, they started to have a family of 9 children. Wow. 9 children, wow. Look at this statistic recently, in 1984, I think it was, the average family in Canada is now 1.7 children. So, come a long way from 9. In any case, one of his sons, James, nicknamed Squire, decided to come to Canada and take advantage of some of the land for sale in, I guess at the time it was Upper Canada, Lower Canada. And he and his wife, Mary, and their 4-year-old daughter, Elizabeth, can't quite figure this out. Do they jump on a bus or do they fly? They made their way from New York State up to Myers Creek. You know what Myers Creek is called today? Belleville. A little bit of history there. It was called Myers Creek back in the 1800s. And at that time, they had just built a road, what they called the government road, up to a place called Madoc. And it just went to a lake called Hog Lake. You know where Hog Lake is? Moira Lake. Became Moira Lake. And now today to go to Madoc, you have to cross the bridge at Moira Lake and go into town. Back then there was no bridge. They had to walk to the west end of the Moira Lake, and they crossed Bronson's Rapids. Bronson's Rapids is still there today. To get across, there was no bridge, so they put down stepping stones across the river, or the lake, and that's how they got to their homestead, which is now there today, the O'Hara Homestead. That was established in 1823. Now, when you read about a little bit of history, there's always a bit of a pull. Was it 1821, 1823, 1880? Well, in fact, it was 1823, because in 1821 is when they started to sell land in the Madoc area. When they moved here, they bought 100 acres. There was only 29 acres of land tilled at that time. So pretty small. In any case, they built a log cabin. Now the log cabin today, folks from O'Hara Mill, folks built O'Hara Homestead. There's a log cabin up top of the hill. That's not the original cabin. It fell apart many, many years ago. That cabin was found in a local township and brought back. And through a gentleman who I call Father O'Hara, who's the quarterback, we use that term for O'Hara Mills, they rebuilt the cabin to replicate the original home. So if you see it today, that's what it looked like, 1823. When they moved here, there was a band, a tribe, a camp of Mississauga First Nations, living at a camp of, I believe, the south side of Hog Lake. Very, very friendly people. They were quite intrigued with the white men coming in and settling in. And James O'Hara was a very friendly chap, and one of the first things, he made friends with the Mississauga, and they get along very, very well. And the story goes that in cold nights up at the cabin, when James and Mary and the kids were in bed, the Mississauga folks would come in. The door would be left open, and they'd sleep around the fire. Before James and them would get up, they'd be gone back to their camp and doing their thing. Well, that was kind of unique. Way back then, we're that close to those people, as it should be today. Just I'm sorry?
It was a kitchen party.
Well, there's more to come, hang on. You're reading my notes, stop it. In any case, they were quite intrigued by Mary O'Hara. She was a very short, slight lady, but a real firecracker and had a beautiful voice. But the women of the tribe were quite intrigued by her. One day, they being James and Mary and the children were away and the cabin was empty. When Mary came back, she opened the door and all the ladies were in there with their children. They're waiting for her to come in. She saw, story goes like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Well, I can't speak their language, what do I say? What did she do? She sat down and she sang to them some hymns. History goes, they're the first hymns Mississauga tribe heard from white men. And it was the first attempt at a Irish kitchen party. She was so well liked that the story went on, the history went on, that her and James and the children went down to the camp with their flute and sang songs to the First Nations. One more story, I really get like I enjoy this one. As they got established living in the homestead, as you know, 29 acres were tilled and that was it, it was all bush and such. Mary wanted to start serving dairy products to the children. There were no cows in Madoc at that point, no farms in Madoc. So James had to go down to Myers Creek to buy a cow. There was no Bruce Gordon's cattle truck or trailer to take him down there. I guess he had to walk the whole way. Went down, bought this cow, brought it back. Cow gave milk. Mary said one day, James, I'd like to start serving butter to the family. James, being the kind of guy he is, very unique, goes out the back into the swampy area of O'Hara Mills and cuts down a big old cedar tree, brings it back, pours out the center of it, puts a top on it, puts a bottom on it, makes a little plunger, and voila, she's got her butter maker. So I think, compare that then to today. If Sue wanted milk and butter, well, between the second and third period of the hockey game, I shoot down the food lands, get 3 quarts to 4 quarts liters of milk and butter. Back then, what it took to be, and I think about tonight, how cold it is. Can you imagine that log cabin in 1820, whatever, this cold night with that fire going, would we like to go? Somebody says, go get some milk. No milk that night. Anyways, just a couple of stories about the mill that I wanted to share with you. There's lots more. If you haven't seen it, please come up. Next week, Saturday, Sunday, is our 3rd annual Sugar Bush weekend. Cliff's playing for us, our first entertainer up the log cabin.
Saturday morning, come on up and see me.
Can you play some Irish songs for us?
I do certainly
No,
will.
I made the connection.
I know, geez.
Irish and...
Well, I'll tell you why I sang Irish music. I'll tell you later why.
Okay.
I'll give a big hand for Fred here.
Thank you.
I guess 1600s, there's records showing that at Irish kitchen parties, they used to have traveling minstrels. They were musicians that came from around the world. Some came from Hungary, some came from Ireland, from Scotland and England. But they even had, there's a record in the 1600s of having someone from the Orient that came to one of the local kitchen parties just outside of Dublin. And the reason for that was probably because the Irish had already been to Asia and they saw how much fun they were. They wanted to come see what it was really all about. Right? So tonight we have our own traveling minstrel. I have John Paycheck is kind enough to come tonight. He's going to do 2 songs for us right now, okay? So let's give a big hand for John Paycheck.
People here got the privilege to have a Mercury automobile. I got one a couple of them.
If I had the money to tell you what I do, I go downtown, buy a Mercury or 2, crazy about a Mercury. Lord, sun go down. A rock and roll band with a river in my hand, just a look at the wheel go round. Cocaine kisses and moonshine misses, and that's the life for me. Sail away from my heartache on a riverboat fantasy. Can't think, can't drink any more whiskey. The drunk are real dry. Ooh, this old boat, she's just sitting in the moonlight, catching the gleam in her eye. Showers of rain come a pouring down, well, the sky will stars like a fresh lace gown. Shiver, glimmer, I think I'm gonna fall. Woods catch me unsolved. Out for me is a riverboat fantasy for watching the sun go down. A rock and roll band with a reaper in my hand, just look at the wheel go around. Cocaine kisses and moonshine misses, and that's a life for me. I'm sailing away from my heartache on a riverboat fantasy. Delta sun beats down like a hammer, just a low down blues. I got a cotton gin, no weed and spin, to shake that dust from my shoes. Paid my money, I found my honey, to tickle me for my chin. When morning comes, I'll ride into town and worry about the shape of it. Out for me is a riverboat fantasy, watching the sun go down. A rock and roll band with the reaper in hand, just look at the wheel go round. Cocaine kisses and moonshine misses, well, that's a lot for me. I'm sailing away from my heartache on a riverboat fantasy. I'm sailing away from my heartache on a riverboat fantasy.
Winnipeg, Manitoba. His name was Oscar Brand. And he's just a young lad. His father was from Romania. He was Jewish. His family had come originally from Israel to Romania and then came to Canada. His mother was from Ireland. And as a young lad, he used to listen to music because his family took him and they moved him to New York City. And there was a pub down the street. He went to bed every night listening to Irish music. Now this same gentleman met Bob Dylan at college in New York City, and he said, after meeting Bob Dylan, said, I want to write songs and sing music. Okay? Oscar Brand wrote this song. It's a Canadian song, and I thought we'd play it tonight because it is Canada's 150th birthday. A little song called Something to Sing About.
On the strands of the Grand Banks of Newfoundland, waxed on the ridge of the Miramichi. Seen the waves tear and roar on the stone coast of Labrador, watched them roll back to the great North Sea. Well, from the Vancouver Island to the Alberta Islands, across prairies, the lakes, to Ontario's towers, from the sound of Mount Royal's chimes, up to the Maritimes, something to sing about this land of ours. I had welcomed the dawn from the fields of Saskatchewan, followed the sun to the Vancouver shore. Was it climb shiny new up the snow peaks of Caribou, up to the clouds where the wild Rockies soar. Well, from the Vancouver Island to the Alberta Highlands, across prairies, the lakes, to Ontario's
tower, from the sound of Mount Royal's chimes, up to the Maritimes, something to sing about this land of ours. I have heard wild wind singing of places that have been Fable and Red Deer and Straits of Battle Isle. Names like Grandier and Silverstone, Moose Jaw and Marathon, trails of the pioneers made the world smile. From the Vancouver Island to the Alberta Highlands, cross the prairies, the lakes, to Ontario's tower, from the sound of Mount Royal's chimes, up to the Maritimes, something to sing about this land of ours. I have wandered my way through the wild woods of Hudson Bay, treated my toes to Quebec's morning dew, where the sweet summer breeze kissed the leaves of the maple trees, hearing the song that I'm sharing with you. Well, from the Vancouver Island to the Alberta Highlands, cross the prairies, the lakes, to Ontario's tower, from the sound of Mount Royal's chimes, up to the Maritimes, something to sing about this land of ours. Well, from the Vancouver Island to the Alberta Highlands, cross the prairies, the lakes, to Ontario's tower, from the sound of Mount Royal's chimes, up to the Maritimes, something to sing about this land of ours. We're going to do our first draw for the night. Because this is Canada's 150, I have a very special prize here. And this prize was donated by my family because we're very Canadian, of course. Eh? So I'm going to ask for my grandson, Isaac, who, by the way, is the one that decorated and set up here today. Let's give him a big hand. Isaac Frumington. Oh, there's a good Irish name, Frumington. Eh? Yeah. He came here this morning and he helped me set up and he designed a lot of things that were going on here today. So we're going to do an adult draw right now. Okay. Give me a ticket. Like I said, this is for a very special thing. This is for this bag over here. It contains a bunch of items to help you start celebrating Canada Day early this year, because it's the 150th. The number is number 68.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Come on up here.